if we're rallying back, if we're gonna talk about it, let's talk about it. The fact is, this is your lane. This is what you've done. This is the attention you've called to it. I don't know how many deaths have happened because of what you've covered.
0.
Okay, you're sure about
0.
that? You're sure about that?
You saying I got bodies?
No.
That's crazy.
I'm also not laughing at it because all the bodies we're talking about are black. So I'm not okay to joke about that. And I never said you had bodies. I said, but that doesn't make you. That doesn't mean you're. That doesn't.
I'm not responsible. I'm standing on that.
I get that you would, because if you didn't, and if you thought that you would, you'd have to change some things.
How many is Dirk responsible for?
I'm not asking about Dirk. When Dirk sits in the chair, I'll ask him. When Fabio came here, I got to him. You're in the chair. I'm asking you.
I make videos about Dirk.
Okay, but if he hadn't been catching any bodies, would you still talk about him?
Yeah.
You're sure?
I've been doing hip-hop content before the gangster shit.
Well, we don't think Dirk has bodies, for the record.
Right,
that again, not the point. Not the point. Like,
yeah, nobody's saying that here.
Yeah,
not Dirk be pushing the violence.
Okay, what are you doing?
I'm making responsible content that's given a factual summary of what's going on in hip-hop. And I think a lot of it's negative.
Hold on. Is your content sexy?
That's also not the question, because you're not covered. This isn't hip hop. This is crime.
This gangster rap drill music,
right?
Which
crime.
is the most popping subgenre in hip hop right now.
Crime.
Gangster rap.
But there are plenty of other genres you could cover,
and I've been covering them. You see my Eminem video. No one wants to talk about it. No one wants to talk about it.
You have a Kendrick video?
Yeah.
You have a Kendrick
When Kendrick met Obama, I got a whole video on it. No one watched it, but it's there.
Okay, but you stopped that.
I'd still be doing it here and there.
Here and there, but not.
Because drill music's the most popping thing. Kendrick ain't out here like that.
Drill music is the most popping thing because it's celebrating death.
And I think the rappers are the celebrating death the most. You're trying to blame me.
No, I'm making you. No, don't help him. I'm making you. I'm making you responsible for what you're doing.
I'm doing it responsibly.
He's telling the story in a responsible manner.
I'm telling it responsibly.
Dirk is out here saying, I mean, I could quote 100 different Dirk lyrics that are like these beautiful little pieces of poetry that are basically encouraging more death. And they're catchy, and people use them as their Instagram captions. And that is so much more convincing in terms of somebody who might be kind of like on the edge of killing someone than him doing a 3-hour documentary that seeks to add context and explain exactly what happened in a certain situation.
And again, we're shifting it. We're moving the bar over to the rappers. I'm not talking about them. We get it, them too. We're not happy in the black community that we have this much death going on.
Yeah,
you dig? We're not happy.
That's
about
the real
that.
shit.
Of course it is, but we're not happy about that. I'm talking to you about you. When I talk to you about them, they'll be here. They're not here to answer for it. You're here to answer for you. I'm not making you responsible for what Dirk says, NBA says, Teddy Riley says. I'm not making you responsible for any of that stuff. However, as a journalist, I would wonder how I would sleep at night if I knew that I was making someone who is doing this kind of music this popular. And what kind of influence?
Already popular.
This popular. 10 million plus subscribers on your joint.
Vaughn's biggest songs probably have hundreds of millions of views.
And for the people who want to be like Vaughn, they're not.
I make the Von story look terrible, bro. I make these people, like, I make Von, the gangsters that I'm talking about in this story, like, it's not glorious. Like, no one's trying to live the Von story.
His shit is an advertisement for staying out of that lifestyle.
I don't think so. I don't think so any more than I believe that the raps we hear where the stories don't end well, or Scarface, the movie that we covered, where it doesn't end well, is an advertisement to not do it. Especially when we're talking about kids who don't think they're going to live that long to begin with, and they think they walk around with a death wish. So why not die enormous than live dormant?
I mean,
you equal dying enormous.
Not at all.
Your platform. They made it to your platform. There's a bunch of kids who say, "I made it. Look who's talking about me."
I just feel like did you watch the whole Von video?
No, I've watched tons of it, but again,
it's a somber affair.
It's sad. It's a sad story.
They're all sad stories. None of them end well.
Yeah,
that doesn't
right.
stop people from wanting to do it.
Some end well.
But is your
but not all.
But you're saying all this like I haven't got a video on Fabio being like, this guy got out of that shit. He's successful. Don't do any of that shit anymore.
Is your argument that nobody should make content about this shit at all?
No.
That nobody should ever try to decode a rap song and
just-
figure out what they're talking about?
My argument is there's a consequence behind everything you do. There's a consequence behind whatever you do, no matter how well you think you're doing or what the intentions are. There's going to be a consequence.
Facts.
There's always a consequence. Somebody's always going to have to pay for something.
He said he got death threats.
I'm a journalist, bro. There's consequences for what I've done. When I've covered a good story, there's a consequence behind it. Can I live with it? Sure.
But he's not in denial about the possibility of there being consequences.
The thing that I'm putting down here is responsibility. I'm not telling you to be responsible for what the rappers say. There's a consequence to what you do. I'm not sure if you see it.
What is it? Tell me what are the consequences you're saying directly from me?
Angry DMs.
I've mentioned it already. There are kids, our kids specifically. They want popularity.
Infamy.
They want it doesn't matter. Infamy and fame are the same thing to them. Say it again.
You're saying that's my fault?
No. I'm saying you capitalize on it. I'm saying there's a way that you capitalize on it.
I feel like this is something that's going on in the wider drill culture, and I'm trying to bring a responsible, level-headed approach to it. Because I honestly, if you've seen all my shit, you know, I end some shit saying, "Yo, this is not glorious." Look at my Jacksonville video. I start that video with the "Who I Smoke" thing, and I end by saying, "Yo, this is not a laughing matter. This isn't a joke. We gotta end this."
How many of them you think watched till the end?
I mean,
Yeah, you ever check your statistics?
Probably like
you know,
30,
you looked at that
33.
shit. You know
I
that
know. They don't make it.
if they're still watching, they're a rare breed.
But I'm saying it all the way throughout the video. Like I start the Von video off where I'm talking about his father getting killed and him being a product of his environment.
I'm not judging your intentions at all. I don't think you're out here looking to do bad shit or be evil. I've never said that. So I don't want you to get defensive on that. I'm not sitting here saying you're the fucking devil. But if somebody calls you a culture vulture, what does a vulture do but not feed on death?
The culture vulture thing's just cap. I'm just saying that.
What
Are you saying I'm a culture vulture?
No,
that's what you're trying to say.
I said, what does a vulture do
do?
but not feed on death?
I
I don't
one.
think you're intentionally doing any of the things that I'm talking about.
I honestly feel like.
Hold on, let me just
storytelling.
finish this. The road to hell is paved with good intentions, right? I heard that one time, long time ago, when I was a kid. I talked to an imam, a Muslim religion, and he said, "No, don't believe that." He said, "Allah will judge you by your intentions, because there are no perfect men, but there are perfect intentions." I don't know what your intentions are. Only you know that, right? I take you at your word that your intention is not to do more harm to the community that you love. Obviously you love. However, I do point out the fact that my community has often suffered from romanticized versions of what we go through, sexy versions of what we go through, popularized versions of what we go through, to the point where your community rides through our community kind of looking like they're having a nice little safari through a jungle.
That's crazy. That's a complete misrepresentation.
I don't think that's what you mean.
No way.
But that doesn't, if you're driving the bus, I don't.
This is a
if
reach.
you
I know you
fix
guys
the
were
bus-
joking
This is a hell of a
earlier,
reach.
but you did say what's the most dangerous projects. We
I feel
want to
like
go there.
you should just say it with your chest that I shouldn't do it because I'm white. I feel like that's what
I
you're
don't.
trying to say.
Okay. I don't think anyone should do this and not be completely aware of what kind of damage can be done.
What damage am I doing?
We just
Tell me.
talked-
Lay it down. Just tell me the.
I
minute stats.
literally just said we have a community of kids that want fame more than they want anything else. You provide fame.
The rappers are the ones that
You
are making the. Everyone was
provide
famous before I
fame.
spoke about them.
You
Everyone
provide
was famous
but
before
you-
I spoke about them.
But you're the whole glamour
I'm
is.
providing a man.
You are marketing
It's
for
part of
the
the
machine.
machine.
Platform.
It's part of the machine. Not. I understand. You run a business. When you do certain videos on positive shit, you see the response, business-wise, and you're like, "All right, this isn't catching the same attention. What's catching people's attention?" You do this content, and it's like, "Oh shit, this shit blew the fuck up." All right, time to change the business practice. We need to cover more shit like this. The news does it.
That's not to do with
media
me, though.
does it.
That's what's already going on.
Everybody does it. But everybody does this because it gets more attention.
He's just filling a need in the market.
No,
people wanna see that shit.
contributing to it doesn't
Now,
make it.
on the flip side of it,
wrong,
if you look at it psychologically, what MECC is saying is these motherfuckers are attracted to that shit. They feel like if you live this way, because that's what they're seeing, all the popular shit is this shit. So if I want to be popular, I gotta do this shit.
I feel like the rappers make it look cool. I make it look sad.
That's right.
Rappers are not always trying to make it look cool either.
Bro, Von made killing people look lit.
That's one
Maybe
dude.
more than anybody
Dirk
ever.
make killing people
That's-
look
that's-
lit.
How the
How the fuck did you get into King
Every
Von?
single one of these drill
I need to
rappers
know,
is
like,
attempting to
he's a
pull
fan.
off what
But
Von
how?
did.
How did you find King Von?
I
Like,
don't
why
listen to
King
nothing
Von?
but hip-hop
Huge.
my whole life. Von was popping. This is the people
Yeah,
act like
I
Von
don't-
was just not.
Anybody
like,
who's
Von was
paying
doing his
attention-
style.
You never had a UK tour or nothing like. How did?
Right, it's all on the internet, bro. They love
Yeah,
Von
I
music.
don't care.
Everyone
I
loves
don't
Von
care.
music.
I don't care about how popular the dude is. I care about
I
what.
feel like.
But you care
The
about how
music
popular
was
I
great.
am, though.
Yes, absolutely.
Why not them, though?
Absolutely.
Von's 10 times more
But
popular than me.
stop aiming
And
in at
pushing
them. Yo,
negativity.
bro, labels are more popular than
Bro,
rappers.
you would
But
not
look
have
at the
this-
kind they
Bro,
sign. Look
bring-
at the kind of rappers they sign.
Bring this energy to Empire Records. They're doing more damage.
Who
than
told
you.
you I don't?
He does.
Who told you I don't?
MECC do this shit on tape,
Who
bro.
told you I
then
don't?
why-
Y'all watch the
Who
show.
told you I don't?
MECC does this
Play
shit
that.
You
all
talking
day.
about watching shows like
day.
you must have me confused,
You never watched
bro.
this shit.
Okay.
Yeah, you never
I
watched
back
this shit.
down everyone by myself.
Word.
Me. I
Nah, I'll
stood
be
toe to
helping.
toe with any kind of CEO,
I'll be
with any
helping.
kind of fucking
I'm
suit,
with that.
and pointed them right in the face and said, "You're responsible for this. This kid's gone. You're responsible for this.
Right.
You're paying your fucking lease or for this kid being fucking gone." And what kind of dude would I be if I took that kind of energy with labels who only sign dudes who make the kind of music that you're covering
Right.
and not say that to you to your face? You think I'm gonna let you walk out of here and say it after you leave? No, bro. There's a level of responsibility that everyone has to take. Is there some extra spice on it because you're white? Yes, unfortunately.
There we go.
Unfortunately, yes.
And that's fair.
But I get it, black people for doing it too.
And that's cool.
But there's a different level when a white dude is profiting from this.
I don't
It's
think
different.
you really watch this content.
That bro.
Yeah, I felt
Because I feel like if you watch this
feeling that.
content, you would be walking
To the
away
end.
with a very different impression of what he does.
It's
Is your argument that you don't need to watch this content?
no, my argument is that what he makes from his intention versus what actually happens are two different things.
Yeah.
And there's a level of responsibility that needs to be had for both.
I feel like this argument is that everybody should just leave rap alone and nobody should talk about it. Nobody should try to decode
Not
what's
just
going
rap.
on in it.
Not just rap. I feel like we need to stop glamorizing the fucked up shit.
His
what the
shit,
rappers
his shit
do.
does not really glamorize it, but the
No, no,
rap
no.
itself glamorizes the fuck out of it.
All right. Do you feel like the rappers are wrong for that?
It's Hoffa, trapper turn smack rapper. Only smack rapper that you know is smack rapper.